Hello children, welcome to biology class. We are discussing the lesson Plant Kingdom. We completed the first two lessons. You know that in previous chapter we looked at the broad classification of living organisms under the system proposed by R.H. Whittaker, isn't it? He classified the entire organisms in the world into 5 kingdoms as Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae and Kingdom Animalia. In this chapter, we will deal in detail with further classification within Kingdom Plantae, popularly known as Plant Kingdom. Okay, let's start the class. So the members from Plant Kingdom are divided into different categories as algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay, so the Kingdom Plantae is divided into algae, bryophytes, liverwort and mosses are example, pteridophytes, different examples are the gymnosperms, angiosperms, the flowering plants. Okay, so these are some examples from Kingdom Plantae. Today we are discussing the first category, that is algae. So the algae are chlorophyll bearing, simple, thalloid, autotrophic, largely aquatic organisms. So what are the specialities of algae? They are chlorophyll bearing, simple, thalloid, autotrophic and largely aquatic organisms. Okay, mostly they can see in both freshwater and marine habitat. Okay, and they occur in variety of other habitats such as moist stones, soil and wood. Some of them also occur in association with fungi. We know the term. The algae live in association with fungi are known as lichen, yes, and animals. Okay, and sloth bear, algae is seen in association with sloth bear. Then the form and size of algae is highly variable. The size ranges from microscopic unicellular forms like chlamydomonas to colonial forms like volvox and to filamentous forms like eulothrix and spirogyra. A few marine forms such as kelps, Piletus, K-E-L-P-S, kelps form massive plant bodies. Then about the reproduction in algae. Algae reproduce by vegetative method, sexual method and sexual method. Mainly in vegetative reproduction, mainly they produced by fragmentation. Small fragments are formed from the plant body and each fragment will live as a new organism. Okay. In a sexual method, they produce spores, different type of spores they produce. Then in sexual reproduction, they produce gametes. If the gametes are of same size and shape, we will call them isogametes. Iso means same shape and size. Okay. And if it is of different shape and size, they are known as anisogamous gamete. Children, in class 10 we discussed the gametes of human beings, the sperm and egg. Both are very different in structure, shape and size, isn't it? That is an example for anisogamous. Like that, here also there are anisogamous gametes, and those gametes is with same structure, size and shape are known as isogametes. Okay. So vegetative reproduction mainly by fragmentation, fission, acanthus formation, tuber formation, homogonia formation, adventitious thalli formation are there. Know that sexual reproduction is produced by different type of spores like zoospore, synzospore, aplanospore, hypnospore, autospore and tetraspore. Sexual reproduction is by producing gametes. If both the gametes are of same size and shape, it is known as isogamy, are of different type anisogamy and oogamy also present. Okay, see, In this picture, both sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction is described. So we know that mature cells are produced as a part of mitosis. They produce a lot of spores. And these spores, these are zoospores, they produce a mature cell and again they undergo mitosis and produce gametes. Children, you please observe these two gametes. One is male gamete, other one is female gamete. Plus and minus sign is given to identify. Excuse me. See, both of these looks alike, isn't it? Both male gamete and female gamete looks alike. So these type of gametes are known as isogametes. Clear? And some organism, they will not be like that. Gametes, both male and female gametes will be totally different as the gametes of human being. You just analyze the structure of sperm and egg. Totally different structures. Isn't it? Those type of gametes are known as anisogametes. Clear? And in sexual reproduction, these gametes get fused and produce zygospore, and they undergo meiosis and zoospores produced, and the cycle continues. This is a mode of reproduction and algae. Clear? You got the idea? Okay. And an important topic, the uses of algae. Children, you can see this question in most of the question papers. So it is a repeatedly asked question. Okay, study the uses of algae. So what are the uses? We know that being autotroph, at least half of the total carbon dioxide fixation on Earth is carried out by algae through photosynthesis. Then, being photosynthetic, they increase the level of dissolved oxygen in their immediate environment. Then the third one, they are paramount importance as primary producers of energy-rich compounds which form the basis of food cycles of all aquatic animals. Then the fourth one, many species of Porphyra, Laminaria and Sargassum are among the 70 species of marine algae used as food. Then agar, one of the commercial products obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria, are used to grow microbes and in preparation of ice creams and jellies. You might know about that, agar. Then chlorella, a unicellular algae which is rich in proteins, is used as food supplements even by space travelers. We know that for space travelers, it is very important to carry energy-rich food. They can't carry different types of food items. Okay, so one of the food they are using during their space travel is chlorella because it is rich in proteins. Okay. Then the last one, certain marine brown and red algae produce large amount of hydrocolloids, that means water holding substances. Example, algin and carrageen. Okay, algin is produced from brown algae and carrageen is produced from red algae which are used commercially. These are the uses of algae. Okay, children. And the last topic in algae is classification. The algae are divided into three main classes as Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. Which are the major classes of algae? Chlorophyceae, also known as green algae. Okay, Chlorophyceae or green algae. Phaeophyceae or brown algae, Rhodophyceae or red algae. Okay, now we can discuss the importance and their structure and the general characteristics of each category. First, we can discuss about Chlorophyceae. We know that the members of Chlorophyceae commonly called, green algae. Their plant body may be unicellular, colonial or filamentous. Okay, they are usually grass green due to the dominance of pigment chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Okay, children, The pigments are localized in definite chloroplast. The chloroplast may be discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shaped, spiral or ribbon-shaped in different species. It is different in different species. Okay. Most of the members have one or more storage bodies called pyrenoids located in the chloroplast. So in lower classes you might study the structure of chloroplast, isn't it? We know that pyrenoids contain protein besides starch. Some algae may store food in the form of oil droplets. Then green algae usually have a rigid cell wall made of inner layer of cellulose and an outer layer of pectose. Then the vegetative reproduction usually takes place by fragmentation or by formation of different type of spores. Asexual reproduction is by flagellated spores produced in zoosporangia. Then the sexual reproduction shows considerable variation in the type and formation of sex cells, and it may be isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. Okay. Then a lot of examples are there. Some common examples are chlamydomonas, volvox, spirogyra and chara. Now textbook, this is chara, this is spirogyra. Chlamydomonas, some examples, diagrams of different green algae given in our textbook. Okay, children? So you got a clear idea about chlorophyceae. What is the main important characteristics? They are commonly known as green algae. And tell me the major pigment found in green algae. Yes, chlorophyll A and B. And they store food in the form of starch. Their cell wall is made up of cellulose. Okay. And these are the important characteristics of chlorophyceae. Okay. Next one is phaeophyceae. Phaeophyceae is commonly called brown algae. They are found primarily in marine habitat. They show great variation in size and form. They range from simple branched filamentous form to profusely branched forms are represented by kelps, then which may reach a height of 100 meters. Okay. Children, this is kelps. We know that they may reach a height of 100 meters. And the members of Phaeophyceae possesses chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, carotenoid and xanthophyll. Carotenoid is having a orange color like that of a carrot. Okay, carrot color. Carrot's color is because of carotenoid. Then xanthophyll produce a yellow color. That's why the members of Phaeophyceae vary in color from olive green to various shades of brown. Okay, it is depending upon the amount of xanthophyll pigment, fucoxanthin present in them. Okay. Then food is stored as complex carbohydrates which may be in the form of laminarin or mannitol. Okay, children. Then the vegetative cells have a cellulosic wall usually covered on the outside by a gelatinous coating of algin, ALGIN. The protoplast contains, in addition to plasters, a centrally located vacuole and nucleus. And its plant body is usually attached to the substratum by a holdfast. Holdfast means for the attachment it is having a structure that is holdfast, and the stalk, then the stripe. So here you can see that holdfast. Can you see this is holdfast? Okay, and the stalk will be there. Then stripes and leaf-like photosynthetic organ, it is known as frond, F-R-O-N-D, frond. Okay, so most of the plants under this Phaeophyceae having a holdfast for attachment, then stalk, then leaf-like structure, frond, F-R-O-N-D. Then the vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation. Then asexual reproduction is by biflagellated zoospores. They are pear-shaped, okay? And biflagellated means they will have two unequally laterally attached flagella. Then in sequence, for sexual reproduction, they produce both isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous gametes, okay? Then union of gametes maybe takes place in water or within oogonium. It is found in oogamous species. Then gametes are pyriform. Pyriform means pear-shaped and bear two laterally attached flagella for the movement. Then lot of examples are the major examples are ectocarpus. This is ectocarpus. Then sargassum. This is sargassum. Then dictota. This is dicotyota. Then laminaria. This is laminaria. So lot of examples are there. Some of the diagrams are given in our textbook. Okay, children. Then last one is Rhodophyceae. Rhodophyceae, commonly called, yes, red algae. Because of the predominance of red pigment are phycoerythrin. Which pigment present in them? Phycoerythrin in their body. Majority of red algae are marine with greater concentrations found in the warmer areas. They occur in both well-lighted regions close to the surface of water and also at great depths in oceans where relatively little light penetrates. The red thalli of most of the red algae are multicellular. Okay? Some of them have complex body organization. Then the food is stored as fluoridine starch, which is very similar to amylopectin and glycogen and structure. Usually they reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation, asexually by non-motile spores and sexually by non-motile gametes. Sexual reproduction is oogamous and accompanied by complex post-fertilization development. And complex members are Porphyra. This is Porphyra and this is Gelidium. This is Gracilaria and Theoriae, then Ceramium, Champia, etc. And some of the diagrams are given in our textbook. Okay, children. So that is about algae. So from algae we discussed three important topics. First one, the general characteristics of algae. Second one, very important, the uses of algae. Then classification of algae. In our textbook, a chart is given on page number 33. Children, you must study this chart well. So the important characteristics are given here. First one, Chlorophyceae, common name green algae. Major pigments, chlorophyll A and B. Stored food in the form of starch. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and flagellar number and position of insertion is 2 to 8, equal and apical position. And their habitat, they are found in fresh water, brackish water and salt water. Okay. Then second one, Phaeophyceae, commonly called brown algae, and major pigments are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C and fucoxanthin. Then food stored in the form of mannitol and laminarin. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and algin. And flagellar number 2, unequal in shape, then they attached on lateral position. And they found in fresh water, rarely brackish water and salt water. Then last one, Rhodophyceae, red algae, major pigments chlorophyll A, chlorophyll D, then phycoerythrin, and food is stored in the form of fluoridine starch. Cell wall is made up of cellulose, pectin and polysulfate esters. Flagella is absent. Then fresh water, some of the organisms are found in fresh water. Then brackish water, and most of the organisms are found in salt water. So that is about algae. Okay children, hope you all understand today's topic. Study well. Again, then read the textbook thoroughly, answer the test question. We can meet in tomorrow's class. Tomorrow we will discuss the next group of plant kingdom, bryophytes, amphibians of plant kingdom. Bryophytes are known as amphibians of plant kingdom. Tomorrow we will discuss about bryophytes. Okay children, thank you.